Hi guys, welcome to Abstract. Today we are going to study insertion sort. We know as insertion sort is one of the sorting algorithm in computer science, and it's really pain to understand this one. But let's make it simple. So I have initialized one array which 9618 412 and will sort this array using insertion sort. So how insertion sort works? So basically for insertion sort, we divide the array into two parts. One is unsorted array and one is sorted array. And what we do, we pick an element from unsorted array and then we place in sorted array in a such a way, in a such a place whether the sorted array will again be sorted with the new number. So let me explain why this way. So currently with the current array, we'll divide this array into two parts. We are not going to actually separate the values or create one array into two. Just we will we'll assume the by the position that this is the unsorted, this is the sorted and unsorted array. So basically, we'll consider the first element in the array is already sorted. So by example, 9 is one part of array and others are unsorted array. So we have initially we have divided into two parts. So one part is with 9 and other one is the rest of the element, and we consider the element or the array at position 9 before or at position 9 is sorted and after that it's not sorted. So what we will do, we will pick an element from the unsorted array and we will compare the elements in the sorted array and we'll place this in a correct position. So let me show you by example. I have created one simple iOS application. I think it will be easy to understand. So you see here we have an element 9618 4125. It will be easy if I do it in landscape mode. Okay, yeah. Now you see, just for the separation I color the elements for the sorted and unsorted one. So see, 9 is in the sorted array and array from from 6 is unsorted. So what we do, we will pick an element from unsorted array, okay, like I picked it, and then I will compare with the elements in the sorted array. So currently the elements in the sorted array is only 9. So I will compare 6 with 9 and I will check, I will place this 6 in its proper position. So since we know that 9 is greater than 6, so this will be before 9, and if I drop this, then you see 6 and 9 are now sorted. So these two elements are in the sorted array and the rest of elements are unsorted. Similarly, what we will do, we'll pick one and then again, so one is in the unsorted array, so we pick one from unsorted array and then we'll compare one with the elements in the sorted array likewise, and then we compare the first element. So 9 is greater than 1, yes. Then I will not drop this, so basically this will create a hole. Many algorithms they say position as a whole. So you see, this creates an hole. So before that, what it happens, so before reordering, what I will do, I will pick an element 1 and you see now hole is created. Now I will compare the element from unsorted array to sorted array. So 1 is lesser than the 9, so hole is filled with 9, okay. Now I will compare 1 with 6 and the 6 will be moved to hole, and now I will drop this in the proper position. So array till this point is sorted now. Similarly, we'll pick again 8 from the unsorted array and we'll compare with the elements in the sorted array until it reaches to its proper position. So 9 is greater than 8 and 6 is lesser than the 8, so 8 is in the correct position, so we will assign this position to 8. So the array is sorted till 9. Then we'll pick a next element and we'll continue to do so. So for 4 is lesser than the 9, 4 is also lesser than the 8, and 4 is also lesser than the 6. So 4 will come at second position. So this is again the sorted array and this is unsorted. For 12, if I pick 12, so I will compare with 9. So basically 12 is greater than 9, so this position won't change. So this point the array is already correct. Then I will pick a 5 and I will check here. Okay, 5 is greater than 5 is less than 12, less than 9, less than 6, less than 8, less than 6, and then if I drop this one, then you see my whole array is sorted. So since we are picking an element and we are inserting in this sorted array in the proper position, that's why it is called insertion sort. Let me show you again. So let me start this. Okay, again, so you see first 6 is placed into the first position, and now you see we are picking 1 and we are inserting into the sorted array in correct position. So this is, we are inserting it while comparing and its correct position. So that's why this sorting algorithm is called insertion sort. We are picking an element from unsorted array and we insert into sorted array in a such a way that with that element array is sorted. So I hope you understand this one. Let's jump into the code. So let me create a function, func insertion sort. It will take an array, as we know, array of integer, and it will return the sorted array. Okay, and I will return the array sorted one. Let's print some values. Print array before sorting and array after sorting. So we'll call the insertion sort and we'll pass the array. Okay, and I will just run this code and nothing will happen because the code is same. Now what we will do, we will traverse the array from 6th, that means from the first position to the last position. As I mentioned, we consider the first element of the array is already sorted. So basically we'll traverse from next element to the last element. So we'll create one loop to traverse from first position to last position, not second position to last position, not the 0th, because the first position in the array we consider as sorted array. Now we'll do for I in 1 to array dot count. Okay, so -1. Okay, what's wrong here? Okay, nothing. Now because we haven't used that, that's why it's showing the warning. Now what we want to have is, we'll first store the value and first we'll store the position. So what is the current position? So let's say var position equals to I. Okay, we'll store the position of I and we'll also store the value of position at I. So why? Because what we'll do, we'll pick an element, so we have to store it, just like in the when we are sorting, right? So what I was picking the 8, so since I am comparing with the other elements, so I need to store the position of a 8 and the value as well. So since I am creating a whole, I need to have a track what was the value and what was its position. So before that, let me reset it again so we can dry run again. Okay, now I will save the position value as well, or let's say value equals to array at I. So what I'm doing, I'm keeping the position since I will be comparing, and I'm also keeping the value at that position. Okay, now what we'll do, we'll compare this currently, because starting from it is starting from first position of 1. So I'll compare with the previous value. Previous value means comparing the elements in sorted array, and currently we have only 9. So we'll keep on doing it. So if I shown in this one, since this is the first element, currently we have only one element, so we will do compare only 9, and then we'll place it to proper position. So we'll do while. And why we are doing while loop here, because for the value which are farther from the from the sorted array, so basically 1. So if I don't choose 6, if I choose 1 for now, just for now I'm just giving example. So, and okay, now you see 6 is already sorted. Now for 1, right, I will need to traverse the sorted array until it is in the correct position. So that's why I have to use the while loop until it reaches to the sorted correct position, because the sorted array can also be can also have the multiple elements. So that's why I'm using the while loop. Now while position is greater than 0, why I'm taking position is greater than 0, because since if I 1, okay, yeah, lesser than 9, then 6 lesser than 9, now you see this position is already at 0. Now it should be, I mean, that we will end our while loop, because now it's in the correct position. So while this position is greater than 0, and the previous elements in the array must be greater than, to swap or to change the position. So now and array at position minus 1. Since our position is 1, so we'll compare with the previous value. So position minus 1, array at position minus 1 should be greater than the value. Why we are doing this? So first of all, position should be greater than 0, and array of position minus 1, that means the previous value from the sorted array must be greater than the value that we are comparing currently. That's why we are keeping its value here. So currently value is 6, okay, and we are comparing array position minus 1, that is 9, is greater than value which is 6. Yes, it is. So what we'll do, we'll shift 9 in the position of 6. So what we will do, array at position equals to array of position minus 1. So what we are doing here, we are shifting, basically we are placing 9 at 6th position, 6, the position of 6. Let me remove this error, var array equals to array. Okay, and then what we will do, since we have already compared the previous element, and if there are other elements to be compared, so our position will be decreased by 1. So we will do position minus equals to 1. That means position equals to position minus 1. And after that, if there is no more value to be compared, that means we reach at correct position. Either no more value to be compared, or the previous elements are not greater than the current value. So what we will do, we'll assign the value at this position. So array of position equals to value. Let me run this one and let's see if it is working. Okay, now you see our array is sorted for 1, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 12. So what did we do? we pick an element from unsorted array compared with the elements in the sorted array, and we check if the elements in the sorted array greater than the current element which we are comparing, then we'll shift the elements and we'll place the 6 into a proper position. So let me show you with this one. Right now in the previous example I reset the simulator. So now you see 6 is we'll compare 6 with 9. So yes, 6 is, so currently if you see the position value of position is 1, and the value at position I is 6. Okay, now we are comparing position is greater than 0, yes, position is 1, and array of position minus 1, position minus 1 means 9 is greater than value is 6, yes, it is greater than, then array of position equals to array of position minus 1. So we are changing the place of 9, so we are shifting 9 and we are creating the hole. Okay, and then we'll decrease the position. Now position, the value of position after reducing 1 will be 0. So while loop will exit, and you see the end of the value of the position is now 0, and there is no more element to be compared since it was the last element in the sorted array. So we'll place this value at the current position, that is 0, and our array till 9 will be sorted. So then again we'll go for the I will be 2, 0, 1, 2 for the next element. So now the value of I will be 2. Okay, and the value at position I will be 1. Okay, now again we'll compare. So position is greater than 0, yes, and array of position minus 1, position minus 1 right now is 9, is greater than 1. So basically what means is 9 is greater than 1. Yes, it is 1, it is greater. So what we'll do, we'll shift the 9 in place of 1 and we'll reduce the position. So position now will become 1. Okay, and then the array at position will be 9. Again loop will execute, position is still greater than 0, and now array of position minus 1. So 1 minus 1, 0. Array of 0 is greater than value, our value is 1, so array of 0 is 6, yes, it is greater than 0. So what we'll do, we'll shift this 6, now we'll shift this 6 to the position of 1, and then we'll reduce the position again. Now position is 0, and again we'll check the loop, yes, it will be exit because position is not 0. So now the value of position is 0, and we'll store the value at the position. So now this array will be sorted. Similarly we'll do for 8. So now the I will be 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and we'll compare with the 9. So yes, 8 is less than 9, lesser than 9, and then we'll compare again, the position will be reduced. We'll compare with 6, since it is not greater, 6 is not greater, then while loop will exit and the position will be 2, and we'll set the value of 8 into this position. So this way the array is sorted till 9. We'll repeat this step for other elements in the unsorted array like this. So see what we are doing, we are inserting the element from the unsorted array, we are picking the element and inserting it into its correct position. That's why this is called insertion sort. Okay, so this is insertion sort for you. Even what we can print an element after each, yeah, So you see, this is our original array. At pass 1, since 6 is lesser than 9, 6 will come to this position, and then because there were no element after 9, so the first pass will be complete and 6 will be at correct position. This will be unsorted array now. Then 1 will be picked. It will compare with the 6, it and compare again with 9 and 6. So in the second pass, 1 will be at correct position. Similarly, after 6 pass, all the elements in the array are sorted. So this is selection sort. So anyway, for the evaluation of any sorting algorithm that we know, we put 4 key points always. What are those? So first key point is time complexity. So time complexity of insertion sort is big O of n square. This is the worst case and average case. For the best case, it is big O of n. Best case, it's big O of n. I'll show you why. The best case will appear only when we pass the sorted array, so that the this code line of code will not execute, since the array will be already sorted. We'll see with an example. So we'll show 1, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 8, 9 and 12. So right now, in the previous example, how many passes we were having? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there were n minus 1 passes. After n minus 1 passes, the array was sorted. But if we pass already sorted array, that makes the best case scenario. Let's see. So if you see, it does okay, because we are printing this after this pass, right? That's why this is printing. But if I print this like print executed, you see this is not getting printed because the control is not going inside this loop. So basically it is saving the whole execution. So how many times that it is printed, that okay, I'll show you with an count. Var count equals to 0, and if it is goes inside this, count equals to count plus 1. Okay, and what we will do before returning, print count. Okay, now let's see. Okay, no, because we are sending this array, let's see if we send the unsorted array, how many times count will print. Okay, 11. So after 6 pass, the times, I mean this code is executed basically 11 times. Okay, now if I pass this sorted array to for in a insertion sort, let's see how many times it takes. So zero, it doesn't go inside this one, and we were increasing the value only when it was going this. So this whole thing is executed. So this code is executed n minus 1 times, and for the sorted array, the control does not go inside. So that's why for the best case scenario, when the array is already sorted, the time complexity of insertion sort is big O of n. For the worst case will be like when the array is reversely sorted. So if you see, if I reversely sorted, that will appear the worst case. Always that will be big O of n square. So this is 12, then we have 9, 8, 6, 4, 5, 4 and 1. If I give sorted array but in the reverse order, and we are sorting in ascending order, then that will be the worst case, that is 21. Okay, now let's see, let's calculate why this is the worst case scenario, or the average case scenario. The complexity is big O of n square. So for n equals to for I equals to 1, this loop will execute based on the comparison, based on the value inside the array. So for I equals to 1, in this scenario, this will execute only one time, because not this one, because 6 is lesser than the 9, and 6 will come to the 9 and 9 will come to the 6th place, and then that's it. So then we'll go to the next iteration. So for I equals to if the I is larger, then this loop will execute that n times, or I would say n minus 1 times. So that complexity for the constant amount, this both will take c1 or c2 or c3. This will take c1 amount of time to execute, this will take c2, and this will take c3 amount of a time. So for I equals to 0, currently this is executing one time. For I equals to 1, this loop is executing, for I equals to 1, this loop is executing two times, because you see I 1 is getting placed after 6 and 9 and 6. So I equals to 1, this will executed two times. And for I equals to n, if you see I equals to n means 0 1 2 3 4 5 6, if the I is this one, this will execute almost n by 2 or n minus 1 or n minus 3 times. So like this, because since it is a 5, had it been 1 and 5 had it been here, then for I equals to n minus 1, this loop would have executed n minus 1 times, because this is the smallest value and it has to traverse all the way to the first position. So for the average values, if I equals to n minus 1, then this loop will execute n times or n minus 1 times. So if we add all those, right, so the formula that becomes that always becomes n plus n minus 1 plus n minus 2 plus n minus 3, somewhere like this. Now if we evaluate this expression, it comes n into n minus 1, and that resulted into n square minus n. And we'll in the polynomial we'll always take the upper bound, so that's why we take complexity as big O of n square for average and worst case. For the best case, the complexity will be n if the array is already sorted. Then the next is space complexity. So for all the values, it takes the constant amount of a constant value of a space, because based on the array size, it is not taking that much of a memory or that much of a variable we don't need to create. So the amount of a space that it requires is a constant. Whenever the amount of the space is constant for the execution, the space complexity is big O of 1. Then the next is if this algorithm is in place or not. So for in place algorithm, if we initialize, or if we use the constant amount of variable or the memory places. So if the memory is in the constant amount of a time, memory is constant, then the algorithm is in place. So you see here in this loop, the memory required for this variable is constant, so it is not depending based, it is not increasing or decreasing based on the length of the array. So whether the length is 10, 100 or 1000, what we need is the constant amount of memory. So this is as an in place algorithm. Then stable, whether this algorithm is stable or not, that if the algorithm is stable, that means for the equal key values, the algorithm will preserve its original order after sorting. I also explained this stability in bubble sort and selection sort. We'll see it here as well. So insertion sort is stable sorting algorithm, and we'll see why. So I have an example like I did in the previous sortings. I'll show you with this one. So now, in the real world scenario, we may not, always sort only the integers or the characters or the string. In the real world, we may need to sort the object, like here. So if you see closely, this is the object of a student and their marks. So this is the array of students, the student name and their marks. So if you see here, the students are sorted based on their names: Akash, Ashish, Bhuvan, Chandra, Deepak, and Dinesh. Now, what stability means, if you see for two equal values, that means 93 and 93, Akash and Ashish. So Akash comes before Ashish since it was sorted alphabetically. So after selection sort, if this order is preserved for equal values, that means after insertion sort, if Akash still comes before Ashish, that means our algorithm is stable and insertion sort will be stable. So let's see. Let's do dry run. Now we know we'll compare this Ashish, since okay, this portion is already sorted and the rest of the array will be unsorted. Okay, now sorry, 93 will be compared with the 93, since it's not greater or not equal, so nothing will happen. This two will be in the sorted one. Okay, now Bhuvan, which is 31, will be compared with 93 and 93. So this is the sorted array, these two. Then the after the pass, Bhuvan will be at the first place, because after first pass, this is the correct place for Bhuvan, and then till this point array will be sorted. Then Chandra will be compared with 93 with Ashish. Okay, it's already greater. Then nothing will happen because the position will remain same, because Chandra is already greater than Ashish. So because the array was sorted till this point, so we just need to compare only the last value. Then now till this point array is sorted. Okay, now the Deepak will be compared with Chandra. Yes, it is smaller than 90. 76 is smaller than 94. Then it will compared with Ashish. Yes, it is smaller than 93. Again Akash. Yes, smaller than 93 again. And then Bhuvan 31. Yes, it is greater than 31. So Deepak will come in between Bhuvan and Akash. So in next pass, Deepak will come inside Bhuvan and Akash. And till this point, this array is sorted. In the next pass, Dinesh will be compared with Chandra, then Ashish and Akash. Since 90 is lesser than the 93 and greater than 76, then Dinesh will be placed between Deepak and Akash. Now if you see, our array is already sorted. Let's see if we preserve the stability. If you see the sorted array 31, 76, 90, 93 and 93, for these two position in our previous array, Akash was coming before 93. Sorry, Akash was coming before Ashish. So in our sorted array, Akash still comes before Ashish. That means insertion sort preserved the previous order for two equal key or two equal values. Hence, the insertion sort is stable sorting algorithm. I hope this is clear for all of you. The insertion sort, this is bit complicated sorting algorithm and it really hard to understand. I hope you can go through multiple times, and if you do practice then you will able to understand it clearly. Okay guys, this is all for insertion sort from my side. Okay, see you soon in next video. Thank you.